Hello guys and welcome to the Go Fudge Yourself JTCC, and it is GR3 here at St. Croix for another round of the Go Fudge Yourself Championship. Yes, that is right, it is the Go Fudge Yourself JTCC GR3s, and we are here at St. Croix, brought to you by Eldar Racing, of course, and it is the one and only Hoppers. In the commentary box, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you're watching the stream, of course. And yes, it is a very short circuit, the B circuit of St. Croix here in front. So yeah, I'm going to obviously tell you who's here, and obviously there is a series return to Eldar Sim when he makes it on track. So at the moment we've got Darren Baldwin currently in the John Guest car. Unfortunately, his son's best mate passed away, so he's got a fitting tribute to Toby for this evening. So, you know, Fort and prayers are with his family at this current time. It's not the best, but hopefully Darren can put on a good show. So, you know, he is out there at the moment racing. Then you've got Dean Atkinson in the Alpine Stars / Go Fudge Yourself Supra. Then you have Brian Ross in the Mercedes, the blue Mercedes, that looks very epic. Then obviously Nave John back in his Liquid Molly Supra, then having the different coloured Supra from Monza last time out. Steve Stone's in his McLaren. I believe he was missing last week at Monza, so he's back this evening for another crack to see how well the Monza go. Not the Monza, the McLaren, should I say. Getting way ahead of myself there. But yeah, he's back for another race this evening. We've got Stu Shelton in the Porsche. Did very well at Monza last time out to try and push the strategy with the 911 there. Then you have obviously Nuno in the Virtuo Lusso Racing, the first of the Virtuo Lusso Racing Porsche 911s. Then you obviously have Oligero, Ricardo in his Aston Martin, the sole Aston Martin of the series. Then obviously Adam Morgan in the Chevrolet Corvette. So is Adam Morgan going to make it another win? I believe last week at Monza it was very close with certain races, you know, I think, well, certain strategies, should I say. You know, we had quite a bit of close proximity last time out. Looking at testing at the moment though, it looks like Nuno's got a 210.1 at the moment, but whether he is going to make that stick. The strategy round here obviously is 6 laps on each tyre, but it seems to be the softs, mediums and hards. I'm not too sure exactly what the favourite tyre is for round here for certain things, but we'll soon find out. So you've got Nathan Rombounce Excalibur in the other Chevrolet Corvette, the Belgian. So he's obviously going to be working really hard to try and push on and trying to get a rhythm. I believe, I'm not saying he was struggling, but it seemed to me he was just trying to get that rhythm in to the Chevrolet Corvette. So we've got Fast Portuguese in the other Beetle. The Beetle has changed colours. I believe he is just going very slowly at the moment. Probably just trying to get a grip with the Beetle, but it sounds like it's broken at the moment. So whether he's going to be pushing on is another thing. But making his series return to Eldar Racing is none other than Bruno Batica in the McLaren. So the other Virtual Lusso Racing, they have got now, I believe this is now their 4th entry for this season, and it's nice to have Bruno back behind the wheel and also back in Eldar Sim Racing terms, so it is going to be fantastic. So it should be absolutely top notch, and it's nice to see him back out racing and he has been obviously missed. He obviously has been watching this series on the stream and probably thinking, well, maybe it's the right time to come back. So nice to have you back, my friend. So yeah, first Portuguese Rui Duarte has got the Portuguese backed Beetle. Backed Beetle up and running now. So hopefully it will be a good race. So Brian Moncani in the Viper, so the Belgian, just jumped in. He's, funny enough, you know, we've had a bit of interesting moments. Monza was probably pushing. He was trying to push all the way, so you know he's currently second in the table as well. So whether he's going to try and catch Adam Morgan is another thing. Obviously, yeah, I'd go through the point, but you know, at the moment I'm obviously going to see who's around and obviously give you guys a bit of thoughts and opinions. Who I think is going to be better around here this evening, and who is going to be probably one of the close proximity. The racing here at the moment seems, because it's on the shorter track, the race is an hour long. So if you make a mistake, you can easily catch up. It's not determined to say, well, you know, I'll do one stint, you know, and then the stint doesn't work. You've got an hour to literally get that rhythm. You know, as long as you do your stints, you know, you've got the softs, mediums and hards. As long as you change them, then you're okay. Obviously, there's no super softs, because super softs tend to have a bit more slight advantage, should I say. But, you know, it's going to be fantastic to see how well things go. So, you know, we've got obviously the Beetle, we've got the Porsche, we've got a lot of the Beetle, the McLaren, you've got the Porsche Corvettes, you've got the Supras, you've got Aston Martin, and obviously the Viper and Mercedes. And there's a lot. I believe Rasmus is going to be into the lobby. I'm just going to drop him a quick message to see if he's in. But he should be here very shortly. So the BMW will be here. Missing on the grid though is Dan Cope. Dan Cope has other commitments, so he's not going to be making a series return, which is a bit unfortunate, but hey ho, never mind. It's, you know, real life does come first in the online racing world. So we do have obviously Adam Morgan trying to take another victory. I think last time out in Monza, if I remember rightly, he was pushing on quite a bit. So let us know in the comments, guys, what you think, who you think is going to win, or what you really hope to see from these guys this evening. It seems at the moment that the way I see it is that the likes of obviously Adam Morgan and Dean Atkinson, you know, Dean was on course for trying to push on last time out in Monza. You know, Monza seemed to have a bit of a good flow for the Supra. Nate John, funny enough, actually came, I think he got onto the podium in the other Supra, which is here at the moment. He's obviously, you know, trying to push on. Going here at the moment though, the run into turn number 1, yes, it is a rolling start, but it seems to be the rolling start is going to be here before we know it, especially going into turn number 1. You've got a car on one side and a car on another. It can go either way, but it seems there is a lot of proximity. So we do have a lot of things. There's not really a lot of undulations around here. There's a couple of turns. There's obviously going across that bridge is another thing, but it could be a lot of things. Evening, Darren. How's it going, mate? I hope you're okay. I know you might not be. I do understand. So don't worry, mate. I totally understand. You know, But yeah, going across the bridge, you don't want to look left or right. Yes, the lake is very nice, I know that. I've been around here before, so you know I do. It is a bit of a distraction, but the bridge is quite nice. It is a place to go if you can to overtake. As long as you don't hit the wall going over the bridge, you are okay. Sweeping where we're going now, so into the downhill section. Yeah, I understand, bud. Yeah, I'm okay. Bit warm though. It's a bit humid, so may have to get some water to keep my voice in check. But I'm okay, mate. Thank you. But yes, as I was saying, you know, the sweeping downhill section. It seems like you're sweeping downhill, but you're not. You're just following it all the way round. But that bit feels good. Yeah, it's looking good, mate. It's looking fast again, as per usual. It seems to have a bit of a fast pace at the moment. Very nice tribute on that, my friend. I do like that. Even though you're in pit lane at the moment, but it's very nice, mate. But yes, it should be good round here, mate. It looks like it's great round here because you've done a 209.091 at the moment. As long as you don't get disconnected. Yeah, well, that was a bit of a disappointment last week. I was annoyed. I was quite upset for you actually that you got disconnected. But it's fine, mate. It's any time, you know that. But yes, it is going to be very close. So we've got Steve Stones in the McLaren. It gets a bit loose out of there. The McLaren, from what I've seen, I bet you wasn't. Really bet you wasn't impressed. I wouldn't have been either. I would have been absolutely raging. But never mind. Steve's just getting it a bit crossed up there. Trying to get that McLaren, he's trying to get the tyres warmed up. I suppose he's on the mediums. Stu Shelton, obviously wanting to push on. He actually did really well at Monza, as most of these guys did actually. You know, it seemed Monza seemed to be a bit argy-bargy in some points, but we did see some thrilling action. Hopefully we get plenty more round here this evening. I'm gonna say though, it seems to be that we're gonna be in for some proximity around here, so I'm just gonna go, obviously, you know, looking at fast Portuguese, you don't want to try and get it onto the grass. It's just, I know you can run wide, but you don't want to get it right on the grass because it will spit you into the wall and it may hamper you. So obviously, you know, Rasmus is here, so the Dane currently trying to push on. Whether he gets that elusive sort of rhythm again. He tried to get the rhythm back last time out on Monza, but I believe it just went a bit hip and shoulder with some people. But hey ho, that's what I mean. If you go wise into that bridge section, there is a wall onto the left hand side, and it can technically, it won't ruin you, but it can sort of do something or another, which, you know, it's not the best. But Nate Fletch currently in 8th at the moment, trying to push on for probably another very impressive result. He actually got second at Monza last time out. Seemed to his Supra and his strategies seemed to push on, and whether that was to do with the fact the Supra seemed to almost suit Monza's pace, you know. So you got Brian Moncani in the Viper. So the Belgian, I wonder what he's going to do tonight. Is he going to make it very interesting? He's just clipped the wall there, so he's got a bit loose. But we've got 1 minute till we start. The next instalment of the Go Fudge Yourself JTCC GR3s. So yes, it is going to be exciting. I am looking forward to this myself. Then obviously Bruno Batuka, he is obviously been welcomed back. It's nice to see him back, as I said before, you know. Quite a very impressive racer. It looks like Darren's now been stuck in pits. That is a bit unfortunate, so we'll have to wait. Hopefully he'll be back. Just look like, you know, there is a bit of a monumental. It's hopefully not any issues. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on them, but you know, there is a few drivers out there this evening that are going to push. I believe we have got, just trying to have a look how many drivers we got. I believe we've got 14 drivers this evening. So Rasmus just parked up on the side, trying to figure out that that's into turn number 1. So it's not really going to hamper because it is just a practice session. But we'll soon find out how well things go. I'm not too sure exactly, like I say, with the tyre, what's going to be the favourite tyre around here, or the favouritism for the tyre strategy. So let's see what exactly is going to happen. So hopefully we get to go very shortly. So we do have very much close proximity racing. So we should be good to go. We should be starting any moment. Beetle just Darren there trying to just coast it a bit, just to get a bit of kind of amazing. So yes, the Beetle interior is very nice as well. So there we go. Getting ready to start now. So, you know, see how well everyone gets this rolling start up and running. So we should be good to go very shortly. So it will be the two McLarens of Bruno and of course the alongside Oligero, Excalibur, Nuno, Nate Fudge, Dean Atkinson, Fast Portuguese, and of course Brian Ross, Stu Shelton. It is going to be very close. We are just going to make sure everyone is here. So it looks like Brian Moncani is going to be on course for another run from the back. So we are getting ready for 5 lights to come on. The starting gantry to turn to green. They are slowly but surely counting down, and we've got the green light and we are good to go. Let's see what happens here at Senquar for the next instalment of the Go Fudge Yourself JTCC GR3s. And it looks like Bruno Batika is straight away. Has got a good start from the rolling start. It does look like Steve Stones also has that. But it looks like at the moment though, Oligero currently in third with Excalibur behind him, and then obviously Nuno followed by Nate Fletch and Dean Atkinson, Darren, and of course Rui Duarte currently 8th and 9th. It looks like everyone's getting through. Brian Ross currently already under threat from due from obviously towards the back. So this could be very close. We'll see exactly what's going on further on the front in a little while. Looks like Rasmus has got Stu there, so we didn't expect that. Going across the bridge for the first time then. So it does look like Stu Shelton's going to try and make a move, try and make it 3 wide. Looks like Rasmus is trying to get... There's a lot of cars having a bit of argy-bargy at the moment though. Just obviously trying to spread out. Oh, there's a spinner, there's a yellow flag. Who was that? Looked to me though, who's dropped back a bit. It's Oligero in the Aston Martin. Like he had a bit of a clip from someone on the downhill section. So it looks like Excalibur up into second, then splitting the McLaren, so he's managed to get past Steve for second at the moment. It looks like a couple of moments, so Nate Fletch still in 4th, Dean Atkinson 5th, Darren's trying to make his way up into currently into 6th, as we do have a bit of a run. So Dean Atkinson there, Nuno under threat already from his compatriot Rui Duarte, so Duarte is trying to push on. So it looks like the VLN guys, the Virtual Luso Racing guys, are just trying to push very far. Rasmus up into 9th, Stu Shelton 10th with Adam Morgan and Brian Ross. Brian Ross trying to make a move into turn number 1, so we're already on lap 2 then. Let's see what happens. It looks like Brian Mulcahy's trying to get to that gap, trying to push on. Whether he does, it looks like Darren's going to go for a move with Rasmus. Well, obviously I do apologise. Darren actually gets in front of Dean Atkinson. Rasmus at the time is trying to get past the Portuguese guys. It looks like Portuguese contingents, they've got a bit careful because Steve Stone's in the yellow headlighted Porsche is also trying to get past these guys down the downhill section towards the bridge for the second time. Stu's got that move done on Nuno though, but he's clipped the wall slightly, but that's not pushed any more things. But look at the amount of cars going across the bridge at the moment. Nuno's trying to get back yet again for Stu Shelton, but Fast Portuguese also trying to make a move. So Rui's trying to make a move with going to have a bit of a move on the Dane. So it looks like there's a lot of action going on here at St. Croix for the round of the Go For Yourself JTCC. Darren's already up into 3rd. Having a couple of cars behind him though, he's got to be careful because he's got the likes of Nate Fletch and of course Dean Atkinson behind him, so the 2 Supras. But it looks like Steve Stones has tried to get past Nate Fletch for 4th place at the moment, but he's still behind, so we're still not even close to ending the 3rd lap as of yet. But Darren's trying to make a move on Nathan Rombaum's trying to go on the outside. Looks like Steve Stones is trying to do exactly the same, but Darren's got up into 2nd. But we've got about this guy Bruno Batica at the moment though in 1st place, doing a stellar job. That is absolutely fantastic. It looks like Excalibur trying to make another move. He's trying to get Darren on that side, but Darren thinks holding off that Corvette. It looks like Steve Stone's still trying to go, but looking at the cars we see, Rasmus and Adam Morgan, they're trying to battle. These two had a bit of a sort of, I think they had slight contact at Monza, but it does look like, you know, at the moment Nuno's also trying to join in, so the white headlighted Porsche 911 trying to see what happens, but whether we get very close to the action, it looks like, oh, Dean Atkinson's clipped the wall. We just saw him clip the wall. There's a lot of cars battling for certain places at the moment. It does look like that Rasmus is trying to get, it looks like Stu Shelton and Brian Ross there, also side by side. Adam Morgan and Rui Duarte. Adam Morgan gets that move done. He's not touring car star, by the way, he is the Welsh namesake. Just to clarify that, just briefly. Looks like Rasmus there, he's holding these guys up now, he's trying to push away in that BMW M6. It sounds very fantastic and looks the part as well. So Adam Morgan there in the Corvette, the Welsh Corvette. It looks like Stu Shelton trying to also try and make another move on to Brian Ross. See what's happening at the tail of the field, and it looks like Nuno's had a bit of an issue as well. So whether he's clipped the wall or there's been too many action at Nolly Gero. Oh, he's got a bit too deep into that turn there, just as he comes off the bridge. He's obviously struggling to keep that Aston Martin going at the moment. It looks like Stu Shelton trying to tuck him behind from Brian Ross at the moment, see what's going on further ahead. But it does look like that Adam Morgan and Rui Duarte, they're going to have a bit of a battle. We've got Rasmus still in 6th at the moment, Steve Stones, Nathan Rombaum's and Nathan John. It looks like Darren's now caught Bruno Batica for 1st place, so you know the Pertec car trying to make a move. He's going to try and go very well. He said the Beetle's been very fast at the moment. Yeah, it looks like he's going very fast. He gets that move done. So Bruno Batuka now drops down to second, unfortunately, but he's not going to give in. He's only 0.3 of a second from Darren at the moment. Darren's going to have to try and defend like mad. He's going to have to watch his mirrors, but you know, we're going towards that bridge section now. Oh, Ligero's had a misfortune in his Aston Martin. Is that a problem, or is he just, you know, we'll soon find out. Nate Fletch trying to put Nate Rumbounce away. Steve Stones and Rasmus. Rasmus tries to make a move. You know, he's made the move stick, or has he? Squeezes Steve Stones into the wall almost. So Steve Stones drops back a bit. It's a bit unfortunate. He could have, don't think he'll be happy with that. So he's lost a bit of ground now. So Dean Atkinson and Fast Portuguese followed by Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan's going to try and make it 3 wide down the back straight. Adam Morgan's going to try and push that Corvette as much as he can. He's actually done it, but he's got to be careful because Dean Atkinson and of course Rui Duarte are going to try and push on. It seems to be the Portuguese guys at the moment trying to push further up the field. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen slowly but surely. So Dean Atkinson in 8th place at the moment, Rui Duarte in 7th. Steve Stone's currently 9th after that squeeze. With Stu Shelton 10th. Brian Mulcahy and Brian Ross, so the two Brians. Brian Ross trying to make a move on Brian Mulcahy. But it seems to be at the moment though, it's going to be very close. We've got Nuno at the tail of the field at the moment in that Porsche. But still a long way to go. So Darren's still leading the way on lap 5 then, with 2.6 of a second now from Bruno Batuka, Nath John, Nath Rumbounce, followed by Rasmus. Rasmus is going to catch these guys eventually, but so far it's been a bit of a rough and tumble opening laps here at Senquart. But 50.5 minutes remaining though, still got a long way to go, so anything can happen. Looks like Steve Stones, Rui, and of course Adam Morgan and Stu Shelton now lurking in the background. Seems to go very wide. Oh, Adam Morgan. Oh, it's getting a bit loose with that Corvette. He's lost a bit of ground there now because he's got down into 9th, maybe 10th. It's a championship leader at the moment, struggling. He's got Stu trying to make a move. He's going to try and make it 3 wide. Oh my days. It's a bit brave going into that corner. But I tell you what, Stu's going to try and make that move. It looks like Brian Mulcahy's actually been overtaken by Brian Ross, so Brian Ross trying to hold off the Belgian, but he's also trying to catch up this group. This group are going to catch each other like a great speed and not. But it looks like Steve Stones, Stu and of course Adam Morgan, they're going to try and make it go one way or another. Let's see what's going to happen. This is close, as you like for this racing. It is a fantastic division. We do have Stu Shelton trying to make a move on Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan has got to be very careful. Has he got a bit of an issue with that Corvette? Do we know? But it looks like Stu Shelton is trying to make a move. Rui Duarte also there. It looks like we're going to be in for a bit of a rough and tumble couple of laps now because, you know, Darren's already leading the race, so, you know, it's fantastic to see. Stu's trying to make that Porsche, trying to make it work. Brian Ross, Brian Mulcahy, Steve Stones though, dropped down to 12th. There's a couple of argy-bargy moments, but I don't think he would like Rasmus pushing near the wall, and obviously Nuno in 13th at the moment. But Darren's leading away from Bruno Batuka and Nate Fletch. Nate Rumbounce now been caught by Rasmus. We knew this was going to happen, but we'll soon find out exactly what's going to happen. Whether Rasmus catches the Belgian is another thing. He's actually trying to get that fastest lap and get a point. Oh, Steve Stones has sadly gone. Whether he's had an issue with that McLaren is yet to be seen. But it seems like they're dropping like flies at the moment. It looks like at the moment Adam Morgan now trying to push on. Whether he you know, whether he's got that Corvette trying to say, right, I've got it to scratch, now's my time to get it under threat. But Brian Ross trying to make a move on Rui Duarte, going into the next turn across the bridge. This is where the wall will, if you get pushed wide, but at the moment it just seems to be a lot. But Brian Ross and Rui Duarte, Brian Moncani and Stu trying to have a bit of a battle, see if Nuno is, or Nuno's going to put 0.6 of a penalty. So it's going to be very close indeed. But it is going to be absolutely top notch. So Bruno Batica currently under threat from Nath John, but it looks like Nath John's going to try and push that McLaren all the way. So 47 minutes remaining. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. But Nath John gets across on the gap there. Rasmus trying to put Nathan Rombout under pressure. Viper for the Dane versus the Belgian. This could be very close proximity. So it looked like Nathan was trying to push there. He's trying to push on. He's still got it held, so he's got a bit. He's got Rasmus trying to chase him down. But there's been a move already for third place. Bruno Batica has got past, been passed by Nath John for second place. It looks like Excalibur is trying to escape from Rasmus at the moment. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. Dean Atkinson with Adam Morgan chasing him down. Rui Duarte now currently in 8th place with Brian Moncani and Brian Ross. It has been obviously looking like the two Brians are going to have a bit of a battle, so they've dropped back a bit. Nuno up into 6th by, well, 11th rather. With Stu Shelton made his compulsory pit stop out onto the mediums. He goes then. So Darren's still leading the race then with 45.5 minutes remaining. Nathan John second with Bruno in third at the moment. Nathan Rombumps though 0.5 of a second from Rasmus at the moment. Rasmus trying to chase him, so that the Belgian Chevy Corvette trying to hold off the Dane in the BMW at the moment though. So the M6 trying to lurk and trying to push, but whether he does is another thing. We'll soon find out though. But it is going to be close. It is going to be very much proximity. So Rasmus there has the Belgian Corvette in his sights. But Nathan Rombumps, he's not going to give up. He is, he's at to now because Rasmus has got past him. Oh, it looks like Nathan Rombumps is nearly out of fuel though. So, you know, the first strategy is coming into play. So that's probably explained why you got caught at great speed. Well, Dean Atkinson also in 6th. Rui Duarte and Adam Morgan side by side across the start-finish line. Dean Atkinson, of course, Nathan Rombumps going into pit lane, so we'll see what they come out on in a moment or two. But obviously, Adam Morgan there with Rui Duarte slowly but surely behind him, trying to eke out that advantage though. So, you know, Brian Ross, Brian Moncani, as well as Dean Atkinson and Nathan Rombumps. It looks like Nuno and Stu Shelton, the two Porsches, they're going to try and push on. They're going to be 9th and 10th respectively, but they're not because Dean Atkinson's launched it. So Dean's gone on to the mediums. It looks like the mediums at the moment seem to be the favourite at the moment. So it looks like with Dean Atkinson and Nathan Rombumps joining the party for what is looking likely a move, but we'll soon go back to that move. So Darren's still leading the way in that Beetle. It does look like Nuno, Dean Atkinson and Stu Shelton. So Nuno obviously trying yet to make his first stint of the evening, but Stu Shelton's got his tyres up to temperature, with Dean Atkinson actually on stone cold tyres at the moment. We'll see what's going up further ahead. It looks like Rui Duarte. Adam Morgan clips the wall. That is unfortunate for the Corvette driver. He is not wanting to make mistakes. So we'll see what happens. Rui Duarte then into 5th. Rasmus has caught Bruno Batica, but, you know, is this the moves of the evening by Rasmus? Is he trying to make that advantage? He's just overtaken Bruno Batica for 3rd place. At the moment it does look like we are in for a good show, but at the moment Darren's 11.2 of a second from Nate Fletch, but he jumps into pit lane, so that's going to be very interesting. We'll see what Darren comes out on in a moment or two. But have we got these guys? Yes. Looks like Nate Fletch is going to get another lap for a point for leading the race. So it looks like at the moment now Darren's pit crew are going to work. Adam Morgan jumps to pit lane as well, so maybe he's decided time to get some fresh shoes or some fresh boots and decided let's go, because this, you know, it's going to be very close. So 42 minutes remain then. Brian Ross, Brian Moncani, see these guys are going to be enjoying this. Darren actually comes out on the hards, so the Beetle on the hard tyres then. Let's see how well he gets on. So it looks like at the moment Adam Morgan will be. Nathan Rombouts tries to jink one way past Nuno. Nuno's got to defend, or is he going to try and make that move stick? No, Nathan Rombouts actually gets in to the Porsche. Still out there, yet to make his first stint. It looks like he's actually made a stint, but whether he just changed tyres and the fuel decided, you know, enough's enough. But Adam Morgan there puts the Corvette onto mediums. So Rasmus gets past Nate Fletch now. So even though Nate Fletch was leading for a lap, that may not count though. We'll soon find out, because Rasmus is on great variety. It looks like though Bruno Batica will be, these 3 will probably be the next. I believe Fast Portuguese as well as Brian Ross and of course Brian Moncani. Whether they push on is another thing, but Stu Shelton still there in 8th, followed by Dean Atkinson and Nathan Rombouts, Nuno and of course Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan at the moment to 3.7 of a second, so it does look like the top 4 may be jumping into pit lane very shortly. We'll soon find out, but this could be very close indeed to find out exactly what's going on. But it does look like though the battles are going to be happening. We'll try and find out, because Darren's currently in 7th, so you know he's still got a bit of time to go. So it looks like Bruno Batica's decided to stay out again. I'll stay out this time round, so Brian Ross goes into pit lane as well. So it looks to me at the moment though, so Brian Moncani will stay out, Bruno Batica stays out, Darren now up into 3rd, which has allowed him to go into 3rd. We'll see exactly what tyres these guys come out on. So at the moment it'll be looking very close to Shelton, then 4th, Dean Atkinson 5th, Nathan Rombouts actually in 8th now, because Nate Fletch and of course Rasmus. So Rasmus on the mediums with Nate Fletch on the mediums. Nathan Rombouts, who's on warmer tyres, will be trying to push on, so he'll try and push, hopefully not push his way past the Corvette, but try and make a move on, well, not on the Corvette, the Supra rather. I do apologise, but make a move on the Supra, because he's got warmer tyres, so it's going to take a bit of a lap to get the tyres of the cars that were already out. So Nuno's probably going to make a pit stop, trying to push on for maybe top tank up. Adam Morgan there struggling at the moment, trying to fend off Rui Duarte. So Rui Duarte on the mediums as well, Brian Ross on the mediums. So it looks like most of the field have gone on to the mediums for quite a bit. It does look like Brian Moncani will be there, but I think Darren's going to try and inherit the race lead yet again. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So obviously Stu Shelton at the moment, purple in sector, the last sector there. He's going flat out through that corner. Looks like Rasmus and Dean Atkinson, they're going to have a bit of a battle. Got to be careful because I think Rasmus and Dean actually had a bit of an issue at Monza last time out, but they'll soon push on. It'll be fantastic to see exactly what's going to happen. But we are into the next stage, near enough into the next stage of the race. It does look like Bruno Batica jumps into pit lane with Brian Moncani also there. So Darren inherits the race lead, and then obviously these guys ahead. Stu Shelton at the moment though, what's he going to do? He's coming across the line. He's got the battle between Dean Atkinson and Rasmus. At the moment it looks like Stu's in there second, Dean in third, and Rasmus fourth at the moment. Nathan Fletch and of course Nathan Rumbout, so the two Nathans at the moment. Bruno Batica comes out on the mediums, so that's a good stop from the Virtual Lusso Racing. That is a very good moment or pit stop from them guys. Adam Morgan now 8th, Rui Duarte 9th, Brian Ross 10th, Brian Moncani now on the mediums with the Corvette, Nuno in pit lane, so whether he's going to be changing tyres or not is another thing, but we'll soon find out. But we've got this battle between Dean Atkinson and of course Rasmus. So Rasmus is going to try and push on. He's got 36.5, near enough 36.5 minutes to go until the checkered flag drops. So you know there's still another couple of stints to go, but it does seem round here at the moment it is close as you like. So yes, we are in for a very good proximity. So Darren's still leading the race then. So it looks like Rasmus is trying to catch that Supra, Dean Atkinson. So the black Supra trying to push on, whether he does or not. So 36 minutes left. We are going to be in some close proximity. It does look like Adam Morgan's been caught by Rui Duarte, so Duarte's got to try and get that Beetle to where he needs to be. But whether he does or not is another thing. You know, Brian Ross, Brian Moncani, Nuno actually out on the mediums. So I think Nuno actually pitted for basically damage, so first time round. But we'll see what's happening. Dean Atkinson sparks that Supra going down the hill section. It's about 0.3 of a second from Rasmus. Rasmus trying to get that BMW M6 right up close and personal with that Supra. Whether he does or not is another thing, but it's going to be close. But we'll soon find out whether he does. So he's got that BMW M6 trying to push for an easy place, but at the moment it looks like that Nate Fletch and Nate Rumbout, looks like Adam Morgan and Bruno Batica, they're side by side. It's going to be very close. It's got to be very close because Adam Morgan now gets past, so Bruno's got his countryman Rui Duarte behind him. Whether the Portuguese guys decide we'll just play it out, because now they're down to 3 cars in the VLR team. Adam Morgan loses it on the wall. It's a bit unfortunate for the championship leader at the moment. Currently trying to push on. Whether he gets these guys sticked, it looks like Rasmus has got past Dean Atkinson for 3rd at the moment with 34 minutes remaining, so you know we're fast ticking down to the halfway point of the race. So it looks like Adam Morgan's now got the 2 Portuguese guys after that slide towards the wall a couple of moments ago. So it does look like Rui Duarte is trying to get that Beetle up to standard. Whether he does or not is another thing, but we'll soon find out. It's very threatening to try and overtake that Chevy Corvette within a bit of a interchanging battle between the Portuguese and the Welshman. Adam Morgan needs to try and have a good result this evening, trying to extend that championship advantage. Does look like Rasmus there trying to get away from Dean Atkinson, so Dean trying to push on. It looks like, though, Stu Shelton doing a fabulous job. Trying to catch up to Darren. Darren is 9.5 at the moment. Stu Shelton gets fastest lap of the race at the moment with a 209.8. So yeah, it's going to be very close. It could come down to another couple of strategies. We'll soon find out. But it's getting very close, and we're on lap 13. So the halfway mark is fast approaching. But Nathan Rombout's trying to push that Corvette away from the other Corvette. The Belgian run Corvette versus the Welsh run Corvette, side by side, but Adam Morgan's going to try and think about that. Yes, he gets that move spectacularly done, but I think there is a lot of interchanging ideas, because Rui Duarte thinks about chasing the Belgian down, so the Portuguese driver trying to overtake the Belgian, and the Belgian trying to overtake the Welshman. So there's a couple of cars trying to make him pushing on. It looks like Rui Duarte's got that move sticked, which he has. He's got that move stuck, so Nathan Rombout probably flashes the lights in anguish and say, come on mate, you know, let's go. But it looks like to me Adam Morgan's trying to hold these two up. Is he trying to hold these two up, or is he just playing a tactic? Soon find out though. But Rui Duarte putting that Beetle, he's got Nathan Rombout hot on his heels. So we'll soon find out what's going to happen. Rui Duarte trying to make a move on Adam Morgan, whether he does or not. Nathan Rombout's trying to do exactly the same. He's trying to make a move on Rui Duarte. He's got that Corvette. He's trying to make it 2 cars in 1 go, but they're going to try and make it 3 wide. This is going to be the battle of the bravest. Rui Duarte gets past Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan drops down to 7th, but he's still trying to fight for 6th place at the moment. So this is going to be close proximity. I told you this was exactly how it was going to pan out, but at the moment Excalibur currently in now 8th. Looks like Stu Shelton has made another pit stop. He will be probably going on to the hot hards, maybe, or maybe softs. It depends on what the start is on, I suppose. But it does look like there is close proximity battles going on this evening. So we've got Brian Ross there in 9th, followed by Brian Moncani, and then obviously Nuno and Stu Shelton in 12th at the moment. So then Darren 11.4 from Rasmus at the moment. Rasmus 2.1 from Dean Atkinson. Nate Fletch followed by Adam Morgan, now up into 5th. Gotta be careful because Rui Duarte is on a mission. So we are at almost the halfway point now of the race. We've got 8 seconds till we get to the halfway point. It's going to be very close indeed. We cannot wait to see what happens with the last half hour of the race. You do not want to miss this because it is fantastic racing. And it is proper ace racing indeed. So you've got Excalibur under threat from Bruno Patica. At the same time though, Rui Duarte putting Adam Morgan under considerable amount of pressure. So the Portuguese guys, even though they're down to 3 cars now in the team, they're obviously trying to push on. But it does look like we'll see what Stu Shelton has come out on. He's come out on the softs. Kind of knew he'd be ended on the softs for the time being. Obviously Nuno's trying to push away from, well, trying to push up, but he's 19.5 seconds. So Darren at the moment in the Beetle, leading the way then, with Rasmus 11.3 now, so that's going to be very close. Dean Atkinson in 3rd with Nate Fletch in 4th, with Adam Morgan still 5th. Rui Duarte though, Darren goes into pit lane, and whether that's just a tactic to say, well, the Beetle, with the Beetle trying to push away, he's got time to do it, but the problem is Rasmus has got there, so Rasmus will take the lead. So the lead has come down. Darren and Dean Atkinson jump into pit lane. I believe Nathan Rombout does exactly the same. So that'll be Adam Morgan up into 3rd now, with Rui Duarte in 4th. Bruno Patica 5th, with Brian Ross 6th. Darren actually now jumps out into 7th, onto the softs, so that's a good strategy from the Beetle driver there to get out in 7th. Brian Moncani 8th with Stu Shelton 9th. Dean Atkinson onto the softs, and it looks like Nuno there still out on his mediums. Nathan Roberts on the softs then. So a couple of guys, Stu Shelton with an extra for a penalty. You know, he's going to have to try and take that, because that will hamper him quite a bit. So Brian Moncani in 8th with Darren Baldwin trying to chase him down. So Brian Ross 6th, Bruno Batica 5th with Rui Duarte and Adam Morgan there having a bit of a battle yet again. So whether that's going to be close, we'll soon find out. But Rui trying to... So Rui and Adam Morgan trying to push on, whether they do is another thing. But Adam Morgan gets back in front. So Bruno Batica there, currently 5th, trying to do he's actually doing a stellar job. But it all depends on how things go with 26.5 minutes to go. Brian Ross 6th, Darren's catching him up, so just look like Darren's trying to go on a mission this evening. Brian Moncani there, still Stu Shelton pushing on, still got the fastest lap of the race so far. Dean Atkinson still on the softs, so obviously he's doing a stellar job. Nathan Roberts on the softs. Obviously Nuno at the moment 12th, but Rasmus gets in, still in the lead of the race, so we'll see exactly what's happening. They Fletch, Rui Duarte gets 3rd from Adam Morgan, but it looks like the two guys, they're having a bit of a battle this evening. So the Corvette versus the Beetle, so at least, you know, one of the Beetles at the moment in 3rd. So but I think Darren's Beetle is trying to try and catch up to Brian Ross. You can see the John Guest backed Beetle trying to push on now. Whether Darren's thinking about taking this fight towards the end, well, it's going to be fantastic to see. We'll see exactly what happens. But we do have Adam Morgan at the moment under threat from Bruno Batica. Bruno's going to try and make this move stick. Yes, he does. Adam Morgan thinks about taking the place back though, so we'll soon find out whether this gets very much closer, and probably a fantastic idea. So it does look like Adam Morgan there trying to latch onto the back of the McLaren, the sole remaining McLaren as well, if you remember rightly, because Steve Stone's dropped out with probably electrical issues. But it looks like Adam Morgan's losing places, hand over fist. Yes, he's almost out of fuel, but Darren's trying to make that move onto Brian Ross's Mercedes there, the SLS AMG car, the blue one. He's trying to push on. He's obviously, it looks like Adam Morgan's going to try and make a pit stop this time round. What is Rasmus doing? Is Rasmus going to go into pit lane? No, he doesn't. He stays out for another time. So Nate Fletch also does the same. Fast Portuguese there, still in 3rd place at the moment, so he's doing a stellar job. Bruno Batica in 4th. Brian Ross and Darren trying to go hammer and tongue across the start finish line. We'll see exactly what's happening. 24 minutes to go then. So Darren's going to try and make a move onto Brian Ross. Brian Ross trying to defend from that Beetle. That Beetle is all over the rear back bumper of Brian Ross at the moment. He's trying to make a move yet again. He's trying to make it stick. Is he going to do it? A bit side by side, bit of paint swapping. Darren gets that move done. Brian concedes that place, probably thinks, okay, that's fair enough, you know, but it's one of them. But hopefully, you know, Adam Morgan actually stays out for another lap, even though he's got less fuel. Brian Moncani 9th with Stu Shelton in 6th. Dean Atkinson now has the fastest lap with a 2:08.6. So the Super driver currently in 10th, but he has the fastest lap. Nathan Rombout's 11, Nuno at the back of the field. So Rasmus there, Nate Fletch, fast Portuguese, trying to escape. Darren's got back up into 4th, so he's going to try and make ground on these guys. Whether he tries to say, right, well, I want to try and win, but he's got Bruno Batica chasing him down. Looks like Brian Ross there trying to also catch these guys up, but it looks like at the moment that it's going to be very close. Fair play to everyone this evening. It has been probably a few argy-bargy moments in the opening lap, or the opening laps, but it's been worth it so far, so good. But yes, fast Portuguese 3rd, so the other Beetle currently 3rd at the moment. Probably trying to make a bit of ground before the next round of strategies for these guys. So Darren's going to try and push that Beetle into a nice easy point. Well, easy points scoring position. So 22 minutes to go. Anything can happen. Adam Morgan now goes into pit lane because he knows he was going to run out of fuel and it was going to cost him. So Stu Shelton gets the fastest lap again, but Dean Atkinson slightly beats him. And just Brian Moncani under threat from Dean Atkinson now. So Brian Moncani, the Belgian, under threat from his probably nemesis of the season. But they're not, they're obviously trying to push on the Viper versus the Supra. So Brian Moncani racing Viper, trying to push away. Dean Atkinson flashing the light saying, come on mate, hurry up, otherwise I am going to catch you. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. Brian Moncani trying to push that Viper all the way. He's trying to push it all the way. He's trying to push and push away from Dean Atkinson at the moment. We'll see what happens though. So Bruno Batica, Darren's up into 3rd. Well, we didn't see that, but he's up into 3rd. So he's trying to obviously push on. He says the Beetle's quite fast at the moment, so it's good to hit. It's good to see that the Beetle. Who was that? Nate Fletcher span and hit the barrier. He's also almost out of fuel this time round, so he's lost a ton of places. So that's unfortunate. He's got damage on the right hand side and also the front splitter. Brian Ross also nearly almost out of fuel. So Rui Duarte still in 3rd. Rasmus coming through the back half of the circuit, going through the final 2 turns now. Whether he's going to pit is another thing, so Rasmus may stay out for another lap. We'll soon find out, but it's going to be very close. Obviously Nath John's had a bit of an issue, so that's probably not the thing he wanted to do. We'll soon find out. Stu Shelton 7th. So Nate Fletch, fast Portuguese, and Brian Ross into pit lane. So Stu Shelton having a good showing this evening. No, Dean Atkinson as well, and Brian Moncani, so they're doing quite well. We'll see exactly what happens. Nathan Rombout though, currently in 10th, followed by Nuno. Adam Morgan though, out of pit lane. So he's jumped into pit lane. Has he had any issues on the softs though? It's soon to find out, but it does look like there is a lot of things ongoing. But we do have quite a bit of a battle probably ongoing. So Stu Shelton, as well as Dean Atkinson and Brian Moncani. Scalbert, Nathan Rombout still in 7th, fast Portuguese out on the softs then for the Beetle. Brian Ross also on the softs, Nate Fletch on the softs as well. So Nuno in 11th at the moment, and Adam Morgan, championship leader at the moment, not having a happy time here at Senqua this evening. Well, it looks like Rasmus will be going into pit lane this time round. Darren currently in 2nd, so he's probably going to want to push all the way, because he's going to have 18 minutes left trying to trying to take that strategy all the way. Dean Atkinson, of course, Stu Shelton, so they're going to try and push towards a different strategy by the looks of it. Brian Moncani also there, so 18 minutes ago. Nathan Rumboltz, his compatriots, the Belgians, so the two Belgians, the compatriots, trying to help each other. Obviously they know each other quite well, so that's quite good to see. Rui Duarte then trying to catch it up. Brian Ross also there with a Fletch, and obviously Nuno. Darren actually goes into pit lane. That's quite an interesting moment for the Beetle. So that's gifted Bruno Batica the race lead for another lap. Stu Shelton and of course Dean Atkinson and of course Brian Moncani. Are they going to try and make it stick? Because with 17 minutes to go thereabouts, we've got obviously Nathan Rumboltz trying to hold off Rui Duarte. Looks like Darren's got in front of Rasmus onto the softs with the Beetle, so whether Darren's just trying to say, right, well, this is where it now matters, is another thing. But you know, Rasmus on the softs in that BMW, so it could be a fight between the Beetle and the BMW come towards the end of the race. It looks like Nathan Rumboltz and Rui Duarte. Rui Duarte's got past Nathan Rumboltz, so you know, maybe the Corvette at the moment is struggling. But we'll see. He's not actually struggling, to be honest, but it seems like he's pushing that beat, trying to push back up to that Beetle. Brian Ross in 9th, Nate Fletch in 10th, with Nuno currently in 11th. He's been caught by Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan will take 11th. Oh, Nuno gets a bit crossed up going before the bridge, so a lot of tyre squeal. So Adam Morgan back up into 11th, but it's not been a good evening so far for the championship leader. So Bruno Batica will be taking a pit stop this time around. Dean Atkinson probably will be doing the same. Brian Moncani as well, so that may allow Darren and Rasmus to try and catch up to the closing pack. This is what I mean by this excellent racing. It is close, and it is probably close as you like between these guys. Rui Duarte 7th at the moment, could soon be 3rd though, so the Beetle could be on course for a good result. We'll soon find out who jumps into pit lane though, whether they do. So it's Dean Atkinson that actually takes the lead of the race. Whether it's a strategy for the Supra is another thing, but we'll soon find out what the three that have gone into pit lanes are. That's Bruno Batica, Stu, and of course Brian. We'll see what they can do. So 15 minutes to go. This is where the race is going to hot up probably. Rasmus goes into 3rd. So Fast Portuguese in 4th. Nathan Rumboltz 5th at the moment. Brian Ross 6th with Nathan Fletch. Stu Shelton comes out on the softs. So that's put him in 9th with Bruno Batica on the softs, but currently fast in 8th place. He's trying to make a move on Nate Fletch. Whether that's because Nate Fletch is, it looks like Bruno Batica's going to try and make a move. That McLaren seems to be dialed up with that pit after that pit stop. Whether they just thought, well, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. But Nate Fletch all over trying to defend from the McLaren at the moment. 14 minutes to go in this race. It could be very close. Looking at a very good proximity racing. We'll see exactly. So Stu Shelton, Adam Morgan up into 10th now. Brian Moncani on the softs, and obviously Nuno out on the softs too. So Dean Atkinson still leads the race, but he's got to be careful. I think he's going to make a pit stop this time round, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Darren currently in 2nd with Rasmus behind him, so Rasmus trying to say, I want to get past you, mate, but 13.5 minutes. This is where the 13.5 minutes may count. This could be where certain cars may now push on and get away from the chasing pack. Rui Duarte still in 4th at the moment. There's a couple of cars. There's about 4 cars battling for almost 5th place at the moment. So Dean Atkinson jumps into pit lane. So Nate Fletch from Brian Ross from Bruno, followed by Nathan Rombolts. So this is where it could be absolutely now or never, because we are near enough towards the end of the race now. We are in for a Grand Slam finish. It looks to me at the moment now Darren will have the race lead. Nathan Rombolts jumps into pit lane, so he's going to obviously try and do what he needs to do. So Darren's 1.2 of a second from Rasmus at the moment. That Beetle is obviously going to try and push away. They Fletch up into 4th, Bruno Boutique 5th, Brian Ross 6th, Adam Morgan in 8th at the moment, with Dean Atkinson now 7th. So obviously Adam there trying to defend from Stu at the moment. Stu's got that Porsche squirming. He's got it snaking, he's trying to snake his way past Adam Morgan at the moment. The Corvette, speaking of a snake, there's a Viper almost lurking. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be fantastic. I'll tell you what, this race has been brilliant from start to the middle half. But obviously Nathan Rombolt's on the softs, Nuno's still there, but it's looking likely Darren's going to try push away from Rasmus, but the gap's coming down considerably. It's now got a bit feistier coming up to the front. Darren's about 1.0. He's trying to get that gap away from the BMW. The BMW's fast approaching. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but Rui Duarte still in 3rd at the moment with Nate Fletch. Nate Fletch has got Bruno Batica behind him. Dean Atkinson makes a move on Brian Ross in the background, while we're looking at this battle between Nate Fletch and of course Bruno Batica. We'll see what Bruno's going to do. Bruno's obviously on that side. Bruno's racing return seems to be working. It seems to be he's missed racing, so that he's trying to push up. He's trying to push up to Nate Fletch. He's now in a super sandwich with Dean Atkinson also there. So it's going to be very close. He's almost onto the back bumper of Nathan Fletch's Toyota Supra. He's going to try and make a move. Nate Fletch closes the door, but he gets him done. He actually gets the move. What an absolute stellar move on the outside at the final turn. So 10.5 minutes to go. This is where the action could be fraught. It looks like the 2 Supras are ganging up on the McLaren. This is where it could be all or nothing. But you've got Nate Fletch trying to hold off Dean Atkinson. This could be very close. Brian Ross is also lurking in the background. So the Mercedes rather is trying to catch Nate Fletch. Dean Atkinson, got to be careful, boys. You don't want to be taking each other out. Side by side, Brian Ross is going to be taking the pair of them if they make a mistake. This is exactly what we expected to see. Brian Ross gets Dean Atkinson. Is he going to get Nate Fletch before they get across the bridge? Nate Fletch squeezes him out to dry, but Brian Ross will try and take the both of them. But you've got Nate Fletch drop down into 5th. Brian Ross though, Dean Atkinson as well. They are my days. This is going to be fantastic. I can't believe exactly what I'm saying, but who's going to be the last of the brakes? Brian Ross is trying to make a move. He's trying to make the move on this pair of them. Dean Atkinson gets in front. No, Nate Fletch also there. Stu Shelton's going to try and join in as well. This is where it gets neck and neck. This is where it could funnel down into a massive 4-car train. But it looks like at the moment, as my voice nearly goes, looks like Brian Ross is going to try and get that move done. Oh my days, this is fantastic. With just under 9 minutes to go. Here at Singapore for the Go Fudge Yourself JTCC GR3, brought to you by Eldar Racing. Brian Ross trying to get onto the back of Nate Fletch. He does. Stu Shelton's also there. There's a bit of a tap between the pair of them, but it's going to be close. Stu Shelton's Porsche though trying to get up into this groove. He's up into 8th. Adam Morgan currently 9th. With Brian Moncani 10th, Nathan Roberts and Nuno there having a bit of a battle as well. But we'll try and get into this battle between these two as well very shortly. Nuno's trying to make 12th place, make it 11th, but he's got to be careful. He's got that move done, but going back up towards the top 5. Brian Ross has got past Dean Atkinson, but he's got to be careful because the Supras are quite quick at the moment. But this is where we gutsy stuff at the moment. This is where it's going to be absolute on the money. So Brian Ross trying to hold off Dean Atkinson. He's got a gaggle of cars. He could almost have 4 cars. He's got Dean Atkinson going one way, going another. About to go across the bridge for what is the 24th time. 7.5 minutes to go. This is where it could be all or nothing. Oh my goodness. Brian Ross has dropped down to 7th at the moment. Dean Atkinson in 5th and Nate Fudge trying to chase him. Stu Shelton's also trying to do. Adam Morgan's also in this battle. Oh my goodness. What is going to happen? Dean Atkinson escapes, but Stu Shelton's on a mission. Stu's got them tyres squealing. Oh my days. Brian Ross, come on. What is he doing? Oh my days. Is he going to try and make it? He's going to try and make that Mercedes get past Dean. Dean's trying to get away from these guys. He's got Adam Morgan. He's trying to push on to Brian Ross. Brian Ross is going to get over the second. Oh my days. Oh my goodness, no. Oh, this is going to end in tears for one of these guys if we're not careful. 6.5 minutes. This is where 6.5 minutes is going to be really painful. Stu Shelton gets past Brian Ross, but Brian Ross is thinking, not on your life, Sunshine, I'm going to chase you like a madman. Oh, Brian Ross clips the walls, nearly spins in front of Adam Morgan. Oh my days. I do apologise for coughing. 6 minutes to go, guys. This is going to be the last throw of the battle. I can't believe what I have seen. Brian Ross trying to make a move on Stu Shelton. Brian Ross gets that move done. Oh, Stu Shelton thinks about it. He's almost got Adam Morgan there. This could be a very close. Oh, Stu's got a 0.5 of a second penalty. Oh, that's gonna have to see what we're gonna do. But I'll tell you this. Stu Shelton currently in 8th, trying to chase down Brian Ross. Adam Morgan also there. Brian Moncani and Nuno, and of course Nathan Roberts at the tail of the field. But at the front of the race, we've not seen much of the battle up front. With 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Darren's gap has come down to 0.5 at the moment between him and Rasmus. This has been a fantastic race. I've nearly lost my voice. I tell you what, it is unreal. But Darren's got to defend like mad from Rasmus for the last 5 minutes of the race. This is where Darren is going to have to fight. He's going to have to fight. He's going to have to seriously push. He's going to have to push that Beetle away from Rasmus's BMW. Rasmus gets a bit crossed up. He's 10.2 from Rui Duarte at the moment, so really his second place isn't in jeopardy. But I tell you what, Darren is going to be, he's going to be pushing so hard. This is probably going to be close. Look at that Beetle. It is fast. It is on rails at the moment. We'll try and go back to that battle in a minute. But I have a feeling the battle at the moment, Brian Moncani goes a bit sideways. He goes a bit across the grass. Stu Shelton has had to obviously take his penalty. But that battle seems to have calmed down at the back of the field now. But the battle at the moment then, with 4 minutes to go, this is where the 4 minutes could be absolutely all or nothing. Darren is probably now going to try and push with that Beetle. He's 0.2. Adam Morgan jumps into pit lane with just under 4 minutes to go. Maybe it's just a strategy. Maybe it's just like that Corvette is just slowly eating or massively eating that fuel at the moment. Darren's trying to get past Rasmus for the lead. This is going to be close. 3.5 minutes remaining. This is going to be absolutely tooth and nail. That Beetle has been on rails all evening. This is where the battle is going to be probably won on the, you know, this could be the penultimate lap, this could be the final lap of the race, but we yet to see. Darren is going to try and make a move on to Rasmus. Rasmus needs to try and eke out that advantage from that Beetle, but the Beetle has got the legs, it has got the legs of that BMW. The BMW seems to be making it wide as possible and trying to make it a life very difficult for Darren to try and get past. But Darren is going to be putting on a mission. He has been on a mission. He's not put a foot wrong this evening. He is actually that close to Rasmus's back bumper. I don't know where to look. I feel like we're going to be wanting a bit of pressure applied. Rasmus needs to try and get away, but he can't because Darren is all over the back of him, slowly but surely, still trying to gain that advantage, still trying to say, let's have a clean battle. 2 minutes and 24 on the clock. We could be going into a last lap showdown. This could be close as you like. I'll tell you what, we'll see what's going on further back after, but at the moment this battle is going to be the one I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, because we are about to start the last lap of the race. Rasmus goes one way, he's trying to break the toe from Darren. Darren's trying to push, he's almost in his back bumper, almost trying to get into his boot lid. This is where it's going to be all or nothing now. All or nothing. The gap to Rui Duarte is 9.2, so it's not really going to hamper him. Soon going to be finding out, but it's 0.2 of a second. It's now jumped up to 0.3, but the gap is coming down slowly but surely. Darren gets a bit crossed up onto the grass, but he's still there, still trying to get past Rasmus. Rasmus is trying to make that BMW M6 as wide as possible. He's trying to make it, he's trying to just say, no, you're not getting this race win from me, mate. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Rasmus gets a bit crossed up onto the grass. This is where it could be Darren's move. Darren could try and make a move. He's almost there. He's almost there, trying to get up into Rasmus. He's trying to get Rasmus, trying to put Rasmus off. He's almost. Oh my days. 1 minute to go. It's less than a minute. It is less than a minute now on the clock. Darren's going to try. He knows it's the last lap. He knows it's the last lap. He's going to try and make a move. He's going to have to try and do it. He's going to have to try and do it. Rasmus is trying to make it wide as possible and try and say, not on your life, sunshine. 40 seconds minute remain. Oh, this is going to be close. I am looking. Oh my days, I don't know where to look. Darren is going to try and make the move stick. He's going to try and make a move stick. 30 seconds remaining. This is going to be close as you like between the two of them. Is Darren going to get the lead, or is Rasmus going to close the door and just cross the line? We'll soon find out, but it's 0.2 of a second. This is insane. This is absolutely close. Rasmus is getting a bit crossed up. Darren is almost there. Darren's going to try and make a move. He's got to make the move now, otherwise he's going to settle for second. They're about to go and cross the line and take the checkered flag, but Rasmus takes the win. Oh my days. It's almost a virtual dead heat crossing the line. Darren will take second. Rui Duarte actually a stellar drive to take third place this evening, with Bruno Batica on his racing return takes fourth place. Dean Atkinson takes fifth, with Brian Ross sixth, Brian Moncani seventh, Nate Fletch eighth, Stu Shelton ninth, Adam Morgan championship leader in 10th. He will finish 10th, with Nuno at the rear of the field, with Nathan Rumbolt in 12th. I tell you what, that battle was absolutely top notch. Nuno comes home in 11th. He's almost out of fuel as well, so he's done a fabulous job. I tell you what, that was unreal. Nathan Rumbolt's at tail of field. Oh, definitely Darren. That is I was hoping you would win, mate, for him. But second is good enough, mate. I'm sure you've done the family proud, my friend. I think my voice is broken. I'm speechless. So I'll go through the results and then I'll have to go for a breather because I am actually worn out after that. Yeah, exactly, mate. I understand. Emotional indeed. So Rasmus takes the race win. 0.090 of a second from Darren Baldwin. What a race. That was fantastic. Fast Portuguese comes home in third, so Rue Duarte gets third. Bruno Basica on his racing return gets fourth. Dean Atkinson in fifth. Brian Ross sixth. Brian Moncani seventh. Stu Shelton in eighth, followed by Nate Fletch in ninth, followed by Adam Morgan 10th. So championship leader drops a bit down the field this evening with Nuno 11th. Nathan Roberts 12th. Sadly was Steve Stones and Ollie Gero due to electrical issues in their car. But the main battle and the main talking point was the battle for the first place on the last lap. I cannot believe how well that battle. I thought Darren was going to nip the race win, but I tell you what, it has been absolutely epic. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to see what next week brings. So until next week, guys, I have been Hoppers reporting for Go Fudge Yourself and Eldar Racing, and this has been the JTCC GR3s. And next week the championship is going to be hotting up. It seems to be that this championship never fails to amaze me. It has been an absolute epic night of racing. Until next week, guys, I've been Hoppers. Take care, have a good week, and enjoy the rest of your week. It should be absolute epic. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen, because I believe 2 rounds left of the championship and it's going to hot up. I'll tell you what, I'll see you then, because my voice is about to go. I cannot believe how well tonight has been. So until next week, guys, I have been Hoppers. Take care. Ta-ra.